All right, district breakdown time. We got Jon Poorman with me, Houston Chronicle, and we have hit the premier district in 6A, 21 6A. These teams that make the playoffs here over the last couple of years have gone at least 3 rounds deep, all four of them. So you kind of expect them to do big things in the playoffs this year, except the biggest deal is North Shore. They're getting a new coach in there after John Kay's led them to 4 out of the last 5 state title games. Talk to me about Willie Gaston.
Yeah, Willie Gaston is North Shore through and through. He graduated from the school. He played in the program. He knows what it's all about. He's been the offensive coordinator now under John Kay. And so, really expectations of these players are not going to change. He's had basically, a pretty full off season to be able to, kind of take the reins here, but really not much is going to change, on the back end of this program. And what you see on the field, I don't expect will change much either. They're going to be really good this year. Once again, they're ranked number 13 in the country by Max Preps for whatever that's worth. But we know year in and year out that is they're kind of the gold standard amongst the Houston area teams. And, John Kay obviously was a amazing coach, Hall of Fame coach. But Willie Gaston is going to have this program, running just as smoothly, I think.
And they get one of our favorite players jumping right back in there, and Caleb Bailey. He's fully healthy. He's ready to be that premier dual threat that we saw in the state title game 2 years ago and that big playoff run. How excited should North Shore fans be to see this guy back?
Oh, definitely very excited. I know I'm excited, just as as an observer and a reporter, because, we saw what he was able to do as a freshman, and there was a lot of hype and a lot of excitement around him coming into his sophomore year. And then, through, whatever it was, 4 games or so, he was tearing it up. He was lighting up defenses, they're in non-district action, and then, suffers the torn ACL there early on in district play, which was a bummer, which is just a testament to that North Shore coaching staff for, still getting them to the state championship game after losing their starting quarterback. But yeah, Caleb coming back now, this is his chance. He's kind of flying a little bit more under the radar probably, but he's going to be the leader of that offense. I know that he's going to feel really comfortable. He has, a great mentor in Willie Gaston to kind of help him continue to grow as a player and as a leader for this program. So really excited to see what he can do coming back from that injury.
And we got a couple other exciting players coming back with Zion Brown coming back at Atascocita. My favorite player, Lloyd Avant, coming back, running the ball at Summer Creek. C. King had a lot of graduation, but you got to assume they might get that 4th spot as well. Talk about those 3 teams and what you expect out of them.
I'll start with the Atascocita because they were the team that, North Shore battled for the regional championship there, last year. And it's become, an annual battle. Whoever wins that game is going to win this district. I would venture to say that it's probably going to be the same this year as well. As you mentioned, Zion Brown is a veteran quarterback now. He's had years of experience. He's been in big playoff games. He knows what to expect. He's a true leader for that offense and for the team in general. Torrey Blaylock coming back at the running back spot. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last season. He's a really highly touted kid in his class. And so, they're going to have weapons. Braylon Conley out there in the secondary is a really good player committed to USC. So, there's definitely a lot of talent there for Craig Stump to work with. It's as we've talked about in recent years, it's can they get over that North Shore hump, and so we'll see what they can do this season. Summer Creek, Lloyd Avant is just a stud. He's committed to Tulsa. He's going to be the catalyst for their offense once again. And then on the defensive side, you have a kid named Xavier Atkins who moved in from Louisiana. He's an LSU commit, really good linebacker. He should definitely infuse that defense with some energy and talent there. And then C.E. King, consistent. They're going to want to run the ball. They showed last year in the playoffs that they can throw it a little bit too. As you mentioned, they graduated some key pieces, but they're going to be just fine, I think, in this district. And as far as playoffs go, I'm looking at those 4 teams once again because they've kind of set the bar to where you're going to have to knock one of them out to get in. For these other teams, the Humbles of the world and everybody like that. So we'll see what can transpire here. But yeah, I mean, those top four spots are going to be really hard to break into.
Yeah, I was going to say those four look like the ones. Summer Creek, I really like their chances in the playoffs too, because they will go Division II, and I if somehow they can get Katy up to Division I, they may be able to go pretty far. They may find themselves in a regional final, and that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, Summer Creek. I mean, Coach Kenny Harrison has done a fantastic job with this program. We've talked about that before, but just he's brought them up to a new level, I feel like. And anytime you have you're battle tested in a district like this, it's going to fare well for you in the playoffs, because you're going to be up for the challenge. And that's what I feel like Summer Creek has done the past couple of seasons. They've been through the gauntlet in the regular season, and then once they get to the playoffs, it's game on. So credit to them. And I agree with you. I mean, if they go into the Division II bracket, obviously Katy, as is tough to get past, assuming that Katy is in the Division II bracket as they have been. But I like their chances as well.
And we can't get off the 21-6A without giving a quick shout out to Bryce Matthews. He was the 2018 Offensive Player of the Year for Atascocita's quarterback, and now he's coming home to play for the Astros, right? That's a pretty good draft pick.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Atascocita is a school that is loaded with talent across all sports. And, Bryce Matthews was a fantastic football player, obviously a fantastic baseball player as well. So first round draft pick of the hometown Astros, pretty exciting news down here. And then, you had Kendall George, another Atascocita alum, getting drafted by the Dodgers in the first round. So, Atascocita, man, it's been a big week. And then you go back to the last year's NFL draft, and you had Kenyon Green, Atascocita, being drafted by the Houston Texans. So, these Houston teams seem to like the local kids a lot.
Exactly. They're definitely shooting out some talent there at Atascocita. Now, can they get enough talent to get past North Shore? At least one of the two times they'll probably play them. We'll have to see on that one.
I'm really excited once again about that matchup. I mean, you saw last year in the regular season, I think it was like a 16-13 game or something like that. And, so it's certainly possible, but it should be a really good matchup once again.
Well, we'll see what happens. And next week, we're going to move on to 22-6A, who has the unenviable challenge of trying to beat these 21-6A teams in the playoffs, and haven't been very successful late. But we'll take a look at those teams next week.
Sounds good.